Hey guys, I'm Kelly Price here with Scott Carter from GatorsZone.com, and what a win for the Gators tonight. Coach McElwain called it a painful win, a little bit of a slow start, but what were your overall impressions tonight?
Well, I mean, I agree with his take a lot. It was a kind of a painful start for this game for the Gators. Really, both teams looked pretty inept on offense for a while. And then Florida got the quick break with the muff punt that Nick Washington, a guy who grew up here in Jacksonville, he falls onto the ball in the end zone, gives the Gators an early lead. And from there, I mean, it took a little while, but the big pass that Treon Harris made it to Antonio Callaway for a touchdown. From there, you could tell it kind of took a lot out of Georgia, gave the Gators a boost in confidence, and really they were never challenged. I mean, Georgia doesn't score until a field goal in the second half, and not the prettiest game, but one the Gators will take, and one that gives them a 7-1 record, which I don't think many people predicted that at this stage, Kelly.
Yeah, and a big part of that win today was the Gators' defense. This is their third game this season, allowing no touchdowns in a game. So what did you see from the Gators tonight on defense?
Well, it's the same we've seen a lot this year. This team, for whatever reason, I mean, it's third game, you mentioned, no touchdowns to the opponent. I mean, it's a physical defense. Guys were making plays today. They had 4 interceptions. Vernon Hargraves had one that led to a score. We're so used to it, kind of carrying this team to some degree. But today, against this Georgia team, they didn't really know what to expect out of the quarterback change that Georgia made late in the week, and there was some mystery there. But once they got onto the field, it was kind of just same old Florida. They held Georgia to under 250 yards of total offense, and really Georgia, other than a late drive when they got down deep into Florida territory in the second half, and that ended in a Keanu Neal interception, and that was really it after there. I mean, Florida put out the smoke, and it was over.
Treon Harris has his second win in a Florida-Georgia game. What did you see from Treon tonight?
Treon, again, he started rough. I think he was 2 out of his first 10. And the big play to Callaway that gave the Gators a 13-0 lead. I mean, that was Treon at what he does best. He felt some pressure. He got outside of the pocket, made a couple of defenders miss, and it gave Callaway time to kind of reroute his original route down the sideline, and Treon floated the ball there. And that was his best play of the game, but it was a play that made a difference. And that's kind of his MO. I mean, he doesn't always look pretty, but he just makes a play or two in the game that really turns out to be a difference, and he's going to have to continue to do that. And I think maybe as time goes by, he'll get more comfortable in this role. I mean, this was only his second game back as a starting quarterback, but it was clearly so far he can say he owns the Bulldogs, 2-0 against them, and they'll take that. Another
difference maker tonight was Antonio Callaway. I would say he's probably the biggest shock and best surprise on this team. What do you think?
I agree with you there, Kelly. I think he's the best player on this offense. I mean, he's the playmaker that this program has really truly missed since, I think, Percy Harvin. And I'm not ready to compare Antonio Callaway to Percy Harvin, but he has a lot of the same skill set. And today it was just he made that big play that turned the momentum clearly in Florida's favor. Georgia never really responded. That's what the difference makers do. And he became the first true freshman in Florida history to have 3 100-yard games receiving in the same season. So that kind of tells you that this guy's special.
Absolutely. And now talking big picture, what does this game do for the SEC East implications for the Gators?
Well, the Florida came as close as they could today to wrapping up the SEC East, their first division title since 2009. The only thing that can really hurt them or muddle the picture some is losing to Vanderbilt at home next week. The Commodores are the only team that kind of still would have a tiebreaker edge against them if it played out to where they lost. But, I'm expecting a really focused week of practice. These guys know what's at stake. And Vernon Hargraves talked about it. Here's a guy, as good of a player he's been. I mean, he was on 2 kind of mediocre teams. He had an 11-13 record in his career coming into this year. So they know what's at stake. They know that if they can win next week, they can get back to Atlanta, and that's a huge step for this program. And Jim McElwain, I give the guy a lot of credit. He's kind of worked some magic there. The players are obviously bought into what he's selling, and here they are, 7-1, 5-1 in the conference, and 1 win away from Atlanta.
Absolutely. So a big win tonight at Everbank Field against the Georgia Bulldogs. Final score 27-3. For Scott Carter, I'm Kelly Price. Thanks for joining us.